note the year, 2004, an autonomous vehicle that has to navigate through 142 miles on the desert, no roads and no GPS markings, to be autonomous, start on the beginning and finish in the end. Yeah? 1 million cash prize, the money incentive to trick people into research this. 15 vehicles, 15 teams trying to compete, none finish it. Okay? So in this sense, a failure. Then, 2007, let's continue again. Different challenge, it's called the DARPA Urban Challenge, yeah? An autonomous vehicle capable of driving in traffic. Now it's not on the middle of the desert, then it's in a road situation with people walking in other cars in front and behind, yeah? 6 cars getting to finish the challenge and to end up. One of them won the prize. The impact to society, because of this, what I say it's a game. It's a play. Teams were having fun. They showed the videos. They were having fun. They were computer science students, the ones that we professors are teaching, the ones that students are here in this room now, and they were having fun doing this. Yeah. And in the end, doing fun, teams tried. Some win, some didn't, some it worked, others not. The impact on society about 2007, self-driving cars are a reality. Well, I would like to emphasize the commercial reality. There were self-driving cars before this challenge, but they are just prototypes, not something that we could buy and drive on the road. After this project, things change. We can buy now a car. Not saying that it's a cheap car, but we can buy now a car that drives alone. Okay? And this probably changed, disappeared after the challenge. So this is a type of challenge. It's a game. It's a toy. It's something. Let's get fun with it. But in the end, there's a serious game in this. The objectives for society have a tremendous impact. Yeah. So the challenge important for this conference, which is something that I would like to show you. Allow me to make you a question to the audience. Who has previously heard, up to now, of the DARPA Cyber Grand Challenge? Hands up, please. Okay. I'm seeing one hand. 2 hands? No, just 1 hand. 1 hand in the room. Okay? So, I'm glad that I could present this because I was saying, I make this question, everybody raises the hand, and then I say, okay, I finished the presentation because you already know what I'm going to talk about. Apparently not. So, let's enjoy and appreciate this opportunity. Let me show you a challenge that DARPA organized that can change society. I believe it did not change the society, and a reason for it is very straightforward. Well, you are not aware of it. And if you are not aware of it, and you, computer scientists or computer science students, that when finish and graduate are going to work on companies and to implement this type of algorithms and do these solutions in technology and apply technology. Yeah, so we want this to happen. Like the solutions that happened before, the example of the DARPA previous challenge, isn't that their research ideas in the beginning, they were just experiments and prototypes, and then they turn into a commercial product in the end, and people can buy it and use it in society in the whole world. Yeah. So this Cyber Grand Challenge, I will jump to the challenge. 2014, that's when the challenge was launched. 2016, 2 years after, it was when it finished. Yeah, it's about cybersecurity. It's really important, and the challenge is a challenge up to the status of DARPA. It's a real serious challenge. Yeah. Well, if I could go back in time, I would like to participate in this challenge. I was not aware of it by the time, and if I could change in past, this would be a thing that I would like to participate. Okay, so the competition is create an automatic defensive system capable of reasoning about flaws, formulating patches, and deploy them on a network in real time. This real time means no human intervention. Yeah. No human intervention, and no human intervention means there will be an intelligent agent, there will be a computer software program that we develop that can detect flaws in software, that can correct the flaws, and do that autonomously in real time, just because the system is working. And the system is working is a server that is receiving packets from the internet, what we call as the zero-day attack. Okay? This is the challenge. The challenge one and the solutions were patching code never before analyzed software. So completely new code. That's why we need machine learning and this type of approaches that we have from the AI. Because we are seeing things that we never saw before, and we need to adapt and understand this is the type of solutions that we can do. How do we recognize the patterns? How do we know what solutions to patch? No human intervention. The algorithm not fix itself, but fix the other applications, the target applications. This is really important. If we are talking, this is the main topic of the conference, cybersecurity. Remember that the article and the paper that I'm going to present in the afternoon and other papers that we saw is about security in the sense of network communication, where packets are flowing through networks and they are sent from a machine and received by another machine. Yeah? That's the kind of feedback that we have. We are looking at security and how do we implement that on the infrastructure. Remember that all packets born or start in the computer software. And these flaws are done in the computer software part. So, if this project is successful, programs will start being secure because they heal themselves. So, we eliminate flaws on the software in their original place. And then we don't have lost packets or packets that are wrong because the software is wrong. If the software is correct and has no errors, we eliminate the danger of having ill-formed packets, and that's the majority of attacks that we have on the network. Yeah. So this is a game changer, I would say, in terms of security. Yeah. So what I'd like to leave as a consideration to all people present is to look at this challenge and to look at the solutions, the outcome to society. Technology description of the solutions, okay. Mayhem, the winner, got 2 million from DARPA for winning this prize, okay, for winning this competition, and then he formed a private company, and in the United States, of course, he did a raise of funding, and he got 40 million to develop the application, yeah? So, what I would like to, the only thing that I'm sorry about is not participating in the challenge and then not working on a company that won the first prize and get 40 million not to be rich, 40 million to invest research to develop a commercial application that improves security of applications generally, okay, which is what they are doing. They are getting fun with it, yeah? So like the others did in the challenge. The first three got close to $4 million as prize. It's the American way. The challenge was done in a Las Vegas auditorium. It's the American way, yeah, but it works. Okay? I'm not saying that you should be like the Americans, but we say that you should learn about the approaches because they produce results, and these results are beneficial to society. But we could learn from their experience, and the outcome is there's a publication, IEEE Security and Privacy, on March 2018 that talks about these solutions. Well, if the world was perfect in computer science terms, we'd all be using these algorithms to patch the applications that are running on servers. We are not doing that now. Yeah, so I believe we are in a transition. DARPA did the challenge, explored the problem, it came up with technical solutions, and probably it's we that need to be aware of, know about this solution and implement it. We are still not doing it. Yeah. Remember, I asked, raise up the hands, and only one person raised the hand besides me. Okay? So in a conference about cybersecurity, this is important. And awareness, I guess that's my role here. Do I have time to present yet another case?
If it's over.
It's over.
Well, thank you.
The last slide. AI, why am I talking about this? AI was used in all the previous challenges. Some for either machine learning, mathematical optimization, or a combination of both. Yep. And this is the thing that we think that these challenges can change society. First, because we can reach a goal that didn't exist before, and that's creativity, that's revolution in the human point of view. How we convince humanity to do something that we want, and because I'm choosing the right goal, it's beneficial for everybody. So, what does DARPA win in letting me know about these results? Yeah, well, what has DARPA won by inventing the internet and I'm being a user of the technology that they developed? In the end, the commercial advantages of using the internet pay themselves for investment on DARPA. Yeah, this might also pay investment again, but we need to wait a few years to see if this is effectively used and applied or not as a technology. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for the good presentation. We enjoyed it. We have the lunchtime here, and we only have like 5 minutes. We can take a question from the audience. Any questions for Dr. Lopez?
It's lot, because that's the Spanish way and question.
Okay, sorry.
Lot.
Okay.
Lot.
Any questions for him? Yes.
Yes. I have a small question. AI is now getting everywhere, and I think AI is also going to the very, very small nodes where you don't have any power or almost no power. And then, of course, classic deterministic AI is not going to work because it requires a lot of computing power. And some people are thinking about going back to analog computing because analog computing requires very little energy, but it's not deterministic. Can you give your ideas on whether it is reachable, non-deterministic AI?
Okay.
Is that feasible, or is that just a dream that is going to flow
Yeah,
out?
okay. Well, I'm not. Thank you for the question. Nice question. The one that we are not prepared to prepare or to get or to figure it out that will appear. So, nice question. I'm not aware about analog computing. Yeah. Analog computing means not using digital signals. Yeah? Okay.
So the basic idea.
Yeah.
It's of course only in the interference at the interference level, of course.
Yeah.
So the training is still purely deterministic, but the implementation then it becomes an analog computing device.
Okay. But I can let me from the things that I was reading when preparing this presentation. Machine learning, some parts of machine learning are not deterministic. They are probabilistic. So based on the type of data that we have, we somehow configure the application to, on the inference side, have a probability of chance. We saw this in the presentations. When we talk about machine learning, we are also talking about the precision and the quality of the results. So how many results did I got it wrong or did I got it right? This is not deterministic. Yeah. So if we cope with this design, I don't seem to be a problem to have an analog computing that's not deterministic, because the algorithm that we are using is also not deterministic. That doesn't seem to be a problem. If it runs on the inference part, the light one, on the edge on small devices that just are capable of just producing answers and that don't do too much of a computing, seems fine. I guess that from what I'm just hearing now, that on the conceptual part seems to be perfectly compatible. It's just my opinion.
Okay, thank you very much.
I think we can take one more question. Any questions? If not, I'm going to be asking you a question. So what is one suggestion that you can give to those students sitting in the back row about machine learning, artificial intelligence? They're kind of in this area, so what is one suggestion that you can give? How should they start? How should they move on?
Well, this conference started, the conference that we are assisting, we are all here assisting, started as a cybersecurity field of problem. And if you notice, the number of papers that uses artificial intelligence in the main conference and the proposal of workshops, like the workshop that I'm running in the afternoon, makes or bridges the use of how can we apply artificial intelligence to our solutions. I would say that artificial intelligence in the moment, in the present, is essential. And that's a little bit of mathematics, but not that much, good statistics, and good implementations. And the research that we are probably doing now is about applying artificial intelligence algorithms, algorithms that were invented many decades ago. But why are we implementing now? Because now we have the hardware, GPUs, to be capable to train the algorithms in order for them to be feasible and to have right results. Because the algorithm was always present. But I remember many years ago, I'm not saying how much, because then you could figure out my age. In those times, I implemented a neural network algorithm, and I run it with a very small example just to check that it worked. I never finished training on data. It was not useful by the time that it took. So yeah, it's a reality, and now we have the hardware to run it. And we have the hardware to run it for future students. You need to have the skills to use the technology that you have available to you. And that's a challenge. Yeah, it's up to you, students. And it's up to us, professors, to motivate the students to understand that importance. I guess that's what we are doing here. And I try. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much. We got one more question.
I'm very sorry, it's just last minute it came to my mind when we said what do you recommend to the students. Most of them sitting in the back, at the back are my students. I need your opinion. Please tell us which artificial intelligence do you recommend? The symbolic one or the other one?
Okay.
Because
yeah, I didn't talk about the symbolic one in this presentation.
This is not related to the presentation.
Well, yeah, but I can give you just the theoretical or the politically correct answer. It's very simple and it's useful, I guess. It's my opinion. It's we should know. The students should be aware of all the algorithms that exist. That was the point of my presentation in the beginning, recalling you, the audience, again of a topic that the audience already knew and heard today and before and in the past about machine learning yet one more time. Yeah, but the question is, and then I'll talk about mathematical optimizations. I didn't ask the audience if the audience already knew or used mathematical optimization programs. They are not symbolic. They could be, but they are not symbolic. The symbolic is also about reasoning and knowledge, not about this type of numerical. I didn't talk about yet that another aspect of artificial intelligence. The answer comes up to we should be aware of the alternatives that we have so that we choose the best algorithm to provide us the best results. And there are cases on which the reasoning should be one, and there are cases where machine learning should be the correct algorithms. There's no a single algorithm that is the best one for everything. That's the book. I don't recall the name. The master algorithm, I guess. It's a book of an American guy that published the book 3 years ago, 4 years ago. The master algorithm, the title of the book, yeah. So it was a master algorithm, and the idea was, he was telling the idea of let's use artificial intelligence to solve all the problems in the world. Looks nice. In the end, he presents 5 families. So I would not say it's just one type or two, it's 5. And probably there are problems that are very good from one, and they are not good for the other. So each case is a case. That's what we are doing research on. We are identifying the use cases that can use a specific algorithm type. Yeah. So that's my opinion.
Thank you on behalf of my students.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you so much for attending. We're out of time and have fun. Thank you. I would like to say thank you to Dr.
Pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Lunch is at the Marmot restaurant, lobby floor.
All of you together here. Biz fotoğraf çekeceğiz. Buraya gelin arkadaşlar.
Hocam.
Hadi fotoğraf çekin. Arkadaşlar bütün boylar şöyle arkaya.
Böyle sığmıyor ya.
Sen geç hocam ben çekeyim.
Sığmıyor böyle. Sen de geç al.